It's exactly what it sounds like. It is spooky season and I want to be a finger for Halloween. Not just a finger, I want to be every finger. I don't know how this idea started, to be honest. If I had to like pinpoint it, I would say that it was this artist's interpretation of a biblically accurate angel that got me thinking about how way too many of any particular body part is going to be unsettling. And also, someone asked me to make croc gibbets. And then you go, and you have too many fingers. Oh, I see you asking why. Why am I doing this? Let's talk about the design. Here is my concept art. So yeah, I sketched out some options for the outfit. Basically, we're going to make a big floofy dress, stays with fingers coming out of them, croc gibbets in the shape of fingers, obviously. I really wanted sunglasses that look like fingers are coming out of my eyes. A clutch bag would be a bonus, and a crown of fingers, of course. And the pièce de résistance. I don't know how you're meant to say that. Why do I keep trying to do French accents? The headline piece. Paper mache finger hat. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but yeah, that's the plan. Now, everyone, due to completely foreseeable circumstances, I don't have all the materials I need yet because I ordered them yesterday. Last night, actually. So while we wait for my other materials to arrive, let's go shopping. These are my driving glasses. I need glasses for driving. First thing I went looking for was press-on nails. Can't tell you how proud I was of myself for remembering that these exist. I wanted long French tips to have the best chance at them actually looking like fingers, but they didn't have any. It's time. I also wanted to get myself a little treat to get me into the spirit of things. Yes. I wanted to wear my coat out and it's too warm. Stupid spring. Next I went to the op shops in search of our dress fabric. I love these little guys. I was hoping to get a solid pastel colour like a pink or a blue from the illustration, so I checked the bedding section. Oh, so close. But something is going on at Savers because I found this fitted sheet and top sheet sold separately. Oh my god, $18 for a fitted sheet? Are you kidding? That's $18 each. Sorry, that makes me really mad. It is $6 cheaper to buy a new set from Spotlight right now. But then I spotted it and I almost ran to this roll of pink pastel satin. Are you kidding? Oh, I think that's more like it. Then I found this new valance for $8 and I took way too long in choosing a bag. We got supplies. And hair in my face. Let's go talk about materials. Now it's spooky season. This is almost like spot on to the color. And honestly, it's pretty gross. It's got some plant matter in it, and I don't know how much is here, but I'll tell you what, I'm gonna wash that. This one is a valance. I should probably look at it. How can you call it luxury when it's 50% polyester? Exactly what I was hoping for, although it smells a lot like vinegar. Fantastic. That's perfect. I just wanted like a petticoat layer to kind of provide some fullness for the skirt, and this way I don't have to go buy tulle. So we just ruffle that again, put that under the skirt. Oh, feeling good about that. That was a good choice. Let's see how much fabric there is of the pink one. It feels very Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion, which I'm fine with. I'm gonna get my prawning in early. Whoops, oh my god, I hit the roof. 4 and a bit meters, maybe 5 meters. We're gonna have such a full skirt. $5 for all of that. I am so happy with that. That kind of feels like fate. That's like exactly the color I wanted. Pastel pink. So working with foam clay. I've got some armature wire that I can use for the inside of the fingers, just to provide a little bit of how many times am I going to do that in the video? But as you can see, I don't quite have enough here. So I have ordered an additional tub of this. So I got short square ones with French tips, and then I also got oval ones in case I want them to be longer, and I figured that I can just paint them with nail polish. Lastly, I don't like bags. This was the best I could do. I'm gonna get that fabric ready for washing so that hopefully it is dry by tomorrow. And then I say we get started on a corset pattern. Let's go. All right, so chances are you've seen this before. I'm gonna use the tape method. I feel like at this stage I do this in every video, but in case you haven't seen it, you just wrap yourself tightly in cling wrap and then go over that with masking tape. This is really tricky. And it's best to have help while doing it. It's really hard to do it alone, and Thomas was out that day. Plus I was trying to do straps. I really can't see what I'm doing. All right, here's what I propose. I'm gonna figure out the front and then I'm gonna take this off of me and figure out the back on the mannequin. We will sort it out in post because this was not my brightest idea. Okay, so two things. One, I just spent like 15 minutes looking for a Sharpie. How do we not have a regular Sharpie in the house? I have to use this green texture. And secondly, you might not be able to hear me because the washing machine is still going from washing the fabric. I think I want this part to be kind of low. Then you just draw the pattern pieces onto the tape. I gave myself two options. Make sure you draw the seam lines while focusing really intently. Oh, it's stuck to me. It's stuck. Ow! That's my fault. I tripped on this. I added some more tape to our pattern and drew on the back and the strap. I think that makes sense for a seam. Let's do that. And the good news is that because it is the costume, it's just gotta be fine. We're trying to keep the stakes low. I don't know if you've met me, but I have a problem with perfectionism and not just getting things done. And I'm trying really, really hard to instill more of a good is better than not done. Finished is better than good. In terms of me taking way too long to get my projects out, I don't want it to be a month between projects, but lately it has been. So I'm gonna try and be a little less and a little bit more. To reference our patron saint, Rachel Maxey, good enough. That's what I need to do. I need to do more good enough, okay? Let's turn it into a pattern. Let's just make a corset. Who cares? Let's just do it. Oh yeah, without realizing it, I did just choose that design. I didn't think about it. We just went with that one. It's cuter. I remembered to number them and put little notches in. I went with this one rather than the shorter one because I figure I can always trim it down and then just bind the edges, but best to have the space. Next is fabric. Do you know what? Even as I said it, where I was like, I think I'll go for the one with the more space. No, I like the shorter one better. So we're gonna do the second pattern. And no, I am not being a perfectionist. I just think this shape is cuter. Okay, that's our pattern. Time to check the fabric stash and make sure we have enough black linen, and also we want like an interlining layer, and we'll probably do an interfacing as well. Make this nice and sturdy so that I can lace it up quite tight and it can hold all the fingers. All right, I think this is linen. All right, I think that what we want is some denim to be an interlining. We use the really stiff interfacing. Oh, and we've got boning in here too. See, this is why I keep all these together. I might use the chunky ones because it's black. Ooh, black twill tape. What a good find. Okay, we can use that to lace it up too. Everything's coming up Millhouse. And I should explain that we're using a 0.5 centimeter seam allowance on the sides of all of those pieces, nothing on the top and the bottom because I'm gonna use bias binding for those, but we need a little bit more room so that it's not super tight, but still tight enough that we can cinch it in. So we will sew it on a 1 centimeter seam allowance, but we're only adding 0.5. So if you do this for a corset, that would be my suggestion. So I have to cut out all of this twice. So obviously it's on the fold, so we'll have 2, and then I have to cut it out again so that we have 4, so we have an outer and a lining. So let's not make this boring. Also, to be clear, yeah, I forgot to do the seam allowance on some of these. So this one has no seam allowance on that side, so I added more on that. Same thing here. And then also, whoops, forgot that these two needed seam allowance, so I'm just gonna do a very small seam for those. Nothing we can't fix in post, right? It's all good. See, I'm being chill, I'm being cool, not being a perfectionist about it. It's fine. I feel like Amy Santiago trying to be chill.
From now on, I'm gonna be super chill.
Cut them out. Okay, not gonna lie, this is getting confusing. I had to take some of them apart because the pins wouldn't go through the tape, and because I flipped these around, I'm extra confused, so let's just ride that train, cut out some interfacing. Pretty productive first day, to be honest. That's not bad for me. All right, good night. But instead of packing up, I trimmed down all the interfacing and ironed it on in a super chill way and not meticulously at all.
Super chill.
Good morning. I don't know what that is. So for the corset, I've decided to move the lace-up seam at the back. I'm gonna put the seam like here. I've seen that on a historical painting, but the chances of me actually finding that painting when I have no idea what it's called are fairly low. So I don't know why I'm telling you. Actually, it was super easy to find, except I remembered the seam wrong. That's not what I was picturing. Still really hot. Oh no. 2 of these pattern pieces look really similar. There we go. I have figured it out. All right, these are all pinned, and it's just occurred to me that there's gonna be no way to try this on to see if it's fitting until there's lacing in there. So, hope for the best. Look what I just realized. I think I sewed that wrong. I'm gonna redo that. All right, that's the outer pieces done, looking nice. Next is just gonna be doing these ones. I'm gonna do a transition. I'm not gonna make you watch me sew. which is weird because this is a sewing channel, but meh. Let's get this all happening. Focus. Yeah, no, still not focused. There we go, hello. And now I just need to join them together. Very much one of those tasks that is easier said than done, better in theory. So, what was I gonna say? I think what I was gonna say is it's nearly lunchtime and I'm gonna have, I think, leftover katsu curry, although it's warm, so I kind of want a smoothie. I'll let you know. Time to make this into a corset. Let's go. I say let's go so much, but I don't know what else to say. Milady. There we go, that'll do. Thomas called me on his lunch break and he thought that I meant I was having either a smoothie or a katsu sandwich. And I was like, that sounds good. So, it's a schnitzel with the katsu curry inside the sandwich. That's my lunch. Just wanted to tell you. Oh, does it smell good? There's some chicken put aside for you, don't worry. All right, so on these ones, I'm just gonna do a machine stitch this way, same on that. And then also here, I'm gonna put boning channels on the edges of these, so then I can bag this out and then sew boning channels all the way up. And then we've kind of got a corset, sort of. All right, next step is pressing, and then we're gonna put some boning channels in. I love this style of corset. They're so easy, except for the whole thing where none of my pieces line up. Why? Oh, she's gonna be sturdy. I don't mark out my boning channels, I just do it by sight, and once they were sewn, I trimmed down the edges of the pieces ready for bias binding. This left fluff everywhere, but I didn't want to grab the vacuum because I didn't want to wake him up. But I woke him up by whispering. Sorry, I guess I will vacuum it then. There's still fluff on it. It is now time to do the bias binding. This is my favorite part, I think, because I get to sit on the couch and do a bunch of hand sewing once we've done the machine sewing. When I say it's my favorite part, I am exclusively talking about the hand sewing. I really struggle with the curves and corners of sewing bias binding on, and it's one of those things that I've looked up a bunch of times, but just cannot remember the correct way to do it. Once the top edge was machine sewn, I put in all the zip ties / boning, then I machine stitched the bottom edge. That way I could be completely finished with the machine stitching so I could enjoy my couch time. We made it. That's how much was left. Now it is hand sewing time. And then it's eyelets and then we're done. I will say it's a fair bit of hand sewing though. I'm gonna try and do it quickly, not so much as perfectly as I usually attempt to do it. Because that's the theme this time. We are chill. We are trying to be chill. I'm gonna get so cozy. So I settled onto the couch with what I assume was Brooklyn Nine-Nine and started sewing. But then my dad called and I had a chat with him. He has the flu. Then I got back to sewing and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I assume. Good morning. Let me tell you right now, the sun is going to be very temperamental. It is very windy today. It's going to get light and dark. There's nothing I can do about it. I finished the hand sewing this morning. It took longer than I expected, as expected, kind of. Yay! Hang on, can I zoom out? Yeah. Yes, look at that. I did bigger stitches than I would normally do because it's a costume and I don't have time for that. We just need to put some eyelet holes all down these ones, and also there and there. Let's get to it. And yes, I'm gonna keep using this mug every day this month. I'm just gonna do this by sight. It's not gonna be pretty because these are two different lengths. That's my placement plan. Meh. Oh my God, that's so much louder. Still working. You still seem to be focusing. Oh my God, I thought I'd broken this lens for a second time. Hello, darkness, my friend. This is why I'm supposed to use the rig that Thomas got me for the top down. I did end up changing the lacing style on the back to spiral lacing. I just felt like the cross lacing would result in the two pieces of the stays fighting each other. I overthought it a lot, but I actually am really happy with the results regardless of what I'm about to say. Oh my God, she's so cute. Look at it. Look, it's so cute. It's so adjustable as well. This lacing, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but I've done it. So we'll move on. I have two options for sunglasses. We're out in the lounge room because Thomas is having a meeting and even closing both doors, I'm probably gonna be picking up his talking on the mic and I don't want to disturb him. So it seems important. This is our first choice, these ones, and I honestly forgot I had them and I really like them. So I actually want to keep these. And so I found these ones. They're too big for my head. They had to like bend the sides of these like crazy to get them to actually fit my head, and they still don't. They're really uncomfortable, so they shall be our sacrifice. They also have much more real estate for the fingers to grab around. Let's get started on those. I might set up my top-down rig for this one. Oh my God, it's finally time to do fingers. I am so excited. I have found a way to set this up without you being able to see the rig, but I want to show you the rig because it's so cool. We may be able to avoid just getting top-down views of my head. Check it out. Look at that. Thomas got me this setup for my birthday this year. Secondary camera is sitting there. And then we have the monitor connected up so that I can see what's being filmed. I'm so happy. Okay, so as excited as I was and still am for my rig, my secondary camera isn't compatible with the monitor, so we had some teething issues and I switched the cameras around. Unfortunately, I forgot that my little camera just isn't as good as the big one. So whoopsie, don't worry, I switched them back later. Oh, it's finally time. And if you can hear extra noises, that is because my brother is doing our gardening outside. So yeah, we got lawnmower sounds, we've got low picture quality. Oh, the irony of instantly looking less professional as soon as I set up my professional looking rig. I'll try and make a copy of that finger. Where are my tools? I didn't even grab my tools out. I was so excited I didn't get anything ready. Armature wire. That's going to last me a lifetime, probably. So foam clay has a really marshmallowy texture, and being lightweight, it was perfect for this project. I considered using polymer clay, but not only is it really heavy in comparison, it also needs to be cooked in the oven, and for the glasses and the press-on nails, I really needed something that would air dry. Foam clay can be a bit harder to smooth the joints, but rubbing a teeny bit of water on helps a lot. I'm having the best time. Oh, I love it so much, I love it. Oh, that makes me immeasurably happy. Come on! Oh, this one looks like a toe. These types of projects, I don't know what to tell you. I am so happy about this that I actually might cry. Ah! Oh God, and then that one's there. Oh, I love it so much. So for the glasses, if you remember, I was aiming to have it look like fingers were coming out of my eyes and grabbing the glasses. So I tried my best to match the shape and crease lines of the foam fingers to my actual fingers. And I don't know if it's apparent, but this is so much fun. I've said it before, but I urge you, cash some happy tokens and make something weird and useless just for the serotonin. Everyone could do with a little more silly joy in their lives. So while the glasses are drying there, I have to give them probably like 24 hours. I thought what we could do, take our little practice finger, I stuck a nail to it, and have a go with the very scary liquid latex. Chemicals are always scary.
Don't worry about my sad plant, it's fine. Oh my God, it stinks. I'm gonna be honest, that doesn't look good.
If you can't tell, this was my first time using liquid latex. I had seen a couple of people use it on foam clay as a flexible sealant, but I really struggled to get a decent texture with it. I thought it might be the brush that I was using, so I got started making the fingers for the stays and a couple of extra test ones so that I could try different application techniques. Good afternoon. It is the afternoon, but I have been busy. I have been making some fingers. We have the finger tree. We have the finger lamp. See, got some nice longer nails going on as well. And I have done some testing with the brushable latex. Definitely used the wrong kind of brush yesterday. This one, I tried the soft brush. So good, so much better with the soft brush. I did try the sponge. That turned out okay, I think, but still a bit blobby. Also, I got JIBBITZ. Well, I mean, technically, they're just like off-brand JIBBITZ. I'm just gonna yoink the tops of these off just so I can use the bases for some JIBBITZ fingers. I hope these fit the Crocs. Let's go. Oh, the rain has started. Also, one of the neighbors was going out to their car and like full made eye contact with me while I was filming that. There was probably a way to make these JIBBITZ without destroying a bunch of existing ones, but I haven't found it, so here we are. Also, I realized I should probably show you how I made one of these fingers, not at like 10,000 times speed. I carved all the creases, made a little divot for the nails to go in, applied some nail glue because that was the glue that was there, then I pushed the clay up under the tip of the nail to help hold it in place. Then I pushed down the nail bed / cuticle area. I did it a bit ragged like mine to be realistic, then just glued the JIBBITZ bits in. So foam clay isn't sticky on its own, so for the glasses I had to carefully pry the fingertips off, trim them down and glue them in place. Jesus. Then I covered the foam with liquid latex. As you can see, I feel really confident doing this, just having a super chill time. Then I remembered I should be wearing gloves. Ooh. So first of all, it stinks in here. The glasses are drying. This rig, it turns out, is even more helpful because you can dry things on it. So this is my drying rack along with the lamp. Also these ones, because I couldn't hang them up, I've just rested them on a bag of cotton wool. I love the thumbs so much. Grayson said they remind him of thumbs from Spy Kids. That's a memory I forgot I had. I'm gonna sign off for tonight and I will see you tomorrow morning for potentially finger hat. And more fingers, definitely more fingers. Hi, welcome to the finger garden. I just tried to lift one of these fingers up and I yoinked it off of its gibbet. So I'm just kind of holding this one here for a little bit while we reset the glue. I'll show you the updates. We got some more happening on the finger lamp. Got to latex all of these ones. I just did these ones today. What? When did that happen? Well, I'll reset this one as well. Why aren't the gibbets working? So I reset that one too, watched to make sure it stayed. Then I made the decision that I was done with the latex. It was such a hassle to use, it stank, I had to use the respirator and some of the fingers stuck together. Tell you what, it definitely smells better. So I found some Mod Podge and just used that instead. Hi, I have random cardboard I have collected from around the house because I didn't plan this at all. I have some paper towel, I have some chocolate. I have Gorilla Tape, regular tape, and cutting implements. Gotta stop eating when I'm trying to talk. I didn't really think past it's a finger hat, right? I have a basic idea of how I'm gonna make the base for it and then sort of the shape. And then I just kind of figured I'd paper mache over the top of that to smooth out all the cardboard. Did I look up how to do paper mache? No. Do I have a vague memory from primary school? Yes. I saw somewhere, and I'm hoping I saved it, someone making, I think, a mushroom hat, but the basis of it was just some cardboard around the head and then like a crisscross over the top, secured with tape. All right, I'm just gonna start. Oh, that's nice. I just got new blades for this. I have been struggling with this like little like nubbly end of the blades that were super blunt, and that's very satisfying. I splurged and got the Fiskars brand. Oh, my ponytail's in the way. Yeah? Yeah. Ages ago, I bought a mannequin head thinking that it would be essential for making projects that involve head pieces. I'm still not sure if I actually ever used it. This is at such a basic level, but I'm already feeling really good about it. That's kind of as far as I got with planning. Should I do some maths to work out the scale of this? Circumference of this is 9 times the circumference of this, which is surely, no, really? Doesn't seem right, but okay. If the length of my finger, so then this part should be 31.5 tall and then angle. Let's get a stronger cardboard for load bearing. Yeah. So I learned about scale from Bentley House Mini. See my miniature house lamp video to watch that happen in real time. And being able to scale up measurements made building this giant finger surprisingly intuitive. Speaking of giant fingers, or should I say thumbs, prepare for the most seamless segue ever. So that's what we're working with so far. It's gonna be a really big finger. How about giving this video a big old thumbs up? It really helps the channel so much, and it indicates to the algorithm gods that more people might enjoy watching this video too. Also, because now is the time, go on and subscribe if you haven't. Surely you want to be internet friends with a weirdo who makes a costume out of fingers, right? Okay, back to the sillies. Well, I'm gonna call it there. That's enough for me. Not bad, eh? But all my lights went out and I'm tired. So I'll see you tomorrow and we'll finish getting the structure of this one done. Good morning. I went back to Kmart. They had the ghost in stock. I know this is gonna sound weird for the type of content that I make, but I've never really understood the whole decorating for a season thing or buying stuff that's only for a certain time of year. But these mugs bring me so much more joy than having $5 would. Do you know what I mean? Like, these seem to be worth more than $5 for me, even though that's all they cost. So I bought Christmas mugs as well because I was like, you know what? I think they're gonna make me feel good at Christmas time. Let's get straight into it. Also, I tried a different color makeup today. It's kind of like an orange. I think it clashes with my hair and it might make me look sick. Editing Ashley here. I am astounded at how sick I look with this orange eyeshadow. I am going to retire that one immediately. I look very unwell. I was hoping it would be like sick chic, like, I'm so sick and cute, but it's not. It's just kind of, it's not even vampire. Like, I look like I have the flu. Okay, it's not perfect, but I think that when the rest of the outfit is covered in fingers and we've got a big old fingernail here, it should be apparent that it's a finger. Oh yes. I have cooked flour paste. I looked up a recipe. Makes a lot more sense than what I did last time. I have ripped up some paper towel. We are ready to go. I'm realizing that I got the angle of the finger not quite right, so I'm a little disappointed about that. I think I would have liked it if the fingernail pointed downwards more so that it was visible front on from my face, but I think it's too late to fix it. There is nothing for it, so let's roll up our sleeves. I have to roll them because this jumper is so old that the elastic is dead. And let's just get to doing our best. Oh wow, this is so thick. Oh, it definitely feels like custard. So in the recipe that I read, I'll see if I can find it to share with you. She said she likes the cooked flour paste because it feels nice on her hands. She's not kidding, that's really nice. It's a lovely texture. I'm officially out of paste. I need to go make up some more. I'm also gonna see if there's a way to speed up the drying time on this. The finger hat is drying in front of the fireplace. Second batch of the paste came out a little bit lumpy. So we do have some bits on there, which is not ideal, but whatever. Exciting news, my Crocs arrived. They're kind of cute, right? The holes, quite a bit smaller than the knockoff JIBBITZ that I got. That's what we're working with. I have tried to just shove them in. It's not really working. So I figure that while we keep a very close eye on my bread finger, I guess it is, because it's flour and water, I'm gonna file down the edges of these JIBBITZ. My friend asked me the other day, she's like, is it weird that they're like your fingers? Because I've tried to match the like markings on my fingers to these ones. And I was like, no, that's not weird. And yet, the more I think about it, it is kind of weird. It is kind of weirding me out, this little like bundle of my fingers. Okay, what if we try a little snippy snip? I kind of feel like at this rate, I probably just could have waited until the Crocs arrived and then just, no, man down. Oh no. Oh, it's so wet. Why did that happen? Oh no. Okay, so like, do I just sit here? Okay. No, oh, it fell over again. Are they meant to be this difficult to get in? No. Okay, I got one in. How do I get it out now? Will it pop back out? It pops back out! Yes! We have a solution. The finger's not falling over anymore. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Just realized that the finger is sagged under its own weight. Look how much it's sagged. I mean, good news, that's closer to the shape that I wanted, except that this is like super thick and this is super narrow. Oh well. Oh, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. I may have gotten distracted by doing some chores. So here we are. I have the big finger hat drying in front of the fire. Put my mannequin head in there to try and keep the head opening open. At least it's serving a purpose for once. So I thought what we could do is have a try at mixing up a skin tone because I'm really bad at colors. Hence the eyeshadow today. Ooh, wait, do I struggle with color theory? I tried matching it to my skin like it was foundation, but it wasn't working. Oh, that's way too pink. What have I done? I painted a few with this tone, but yeah, it's not good. Bonnie, I just put this on my head in front of the mirror for the first time. Oh, it's really only just hitting me. Like, look at it. Look how big this is. And like, I'm gonna wear this out in public and then put that footage on the internet for all to see. Hi. Why do you let me make these decisions? Why did we make this? Anyway, I've had this sitting on a heating duct all morning and some of the thicker parts are still not dry. So here's what I propose. I'm going to cover up this bottom part here. I've made up some more paste. And then in general, we're gonna call it on the shape of this. I'm going to attach our fingernail somehow. Once that part's dry, we're gonna get to work on the finger crown. Isn't that nice? Let's get into it. Why? I watched someone make a silicone hand when researching for this project and they put blue pigment into the dye to make a skin tone. So I tried adding a little bit of blue to see if that would help the paint look more natural. Oh, that looks so much better. Look at the color difference between last night's fingers and today's fingers. Oh my gosh, it's so much better. I'm so happy. So I went ahead and painted all the fingies. I do think that the ones that were painted too pink first and then painted over came out better. They just had a more natural look and more dimension to them. I also found that the fingers that were sealed with latex gripped the paint better and had a more skin-like texture than the ones that were sealed with Mod Podge. The latex ones only needed one coat and the Mod Podge ones needed touching up. So a bunch of lessons learned for future makes. The smells really strong and I don't know how long I have to hold it for. So, what are your Halloween plans? Are you dressing up? Are you staying home? Are you watching a movie? Are you working? That would suck. Is your work doing something fun? This isn't working. Let's just leave that for a bit. We're gonna try and smooth the shape of this because right now it's just like stuck on. So we're gonna try and make a cuticle using some foam clay. This looks bad. I think I might be breathing in too much glue. It's really hard to make a giant finger. I need you to know that I tried my best. I don't know what to tell you. Let's move on. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to shape the crown with all of the wire sticking out ready to go to have the fingers put onto them. And then I can put all the fingers on and then join them up to the actual ring part, all with the foam clay. I really have to give credit to Thomas for this one. We were discussing this idea and we misunderstood each other. I thought he wanted me to make a crown of fingers and he wanted one giant finger. So after much laughter, we landed on doing both. I've made it worse. I don't know exactly at what point I decided that I was doing this, but at some point this stopped being just a crown of fingers and now it's an unholy crown of flesh.
Why?
I don't know why I did that, but I did. So I think I have this moment in every single project. Right when I started this crown, I was thinking, this was a huge mistake. I never should have started this. And as I troubleshooted how to bring the crown together, my feelings about it turned around completely. Well, I have a new best worst thing I've ever made. It's really bad, okay? So like brace yourself. It's really bad. And I love it. But I do think that some of you might tap out at this point on weirdness. I may have pushed the boundary too much, let me know. I suppose you'll let me know by not liking the video. Yay, it's a crown of fingers. Yep. I'm actually like genuinely annoyed at myself right now because I only just realized, you know how like I bought French tip nails, but they were short and I was like, I kind of don't love how they look. Being that short, I wanted longer nails and I had bought long plain nails. You see where I'm going with this? Why didn't I buy pre-done nails so that I wouldn't have to individually paint all of these? So I spent my evening scraping paint off of all of the nails, then giving a bunch of disembodied fingers a manicure. I suppose the good thing about painting them myself is that they're messy, and that looks realistic because my nails are messy too. Good morning. First of all, special treat. Iced coffee with whipped cream. Look at that. Look at that. It's so festive. Do you say festive if it's Halloween? Festive is for all festivities, so I'm gonna assume so. So, I actually don't think we have that much further to go on this project. I say that, but there's still an entire dress to make. Speaking of which, I am stuck on what sleeve to do. So I have put this onto my Instagram. We've got a little poll going so that people can tell me which sleeve I should do because I'm generally uncomfortable in like very feminine stuff. So I wanted to get some help. Like I think it's the puff sleeve is the one that I feel the least comfortable with. I just always feel a little bit odd wearing those. So I'll probably check in on how that's going tonight and figure out what sleeves we're gonna do. But for now, let's get to cozy crafting time. Grab a beverage. Firstly, I just Mod Podged the entire finger to prep it for painting. Oh, does he want a treasure? Yes, that's a yes. Okay, well, I'm gonna hide from you. That's what I'm gonna do. His eyesight's not great. Where is he? I know I did one of these in our last video, but it's so cute. Oh, bunny. Oh my god, it's okay, I'm here, it's okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, you poor thing. Does he want a treasure? Come on, let's go, come on. Okay, sit. Oh, good job. The finger is drying. I have Mod Podged the entire thing to hopefully make the texture of it like the slightest bit more cohesive. I love this so much. I tried it on before and I just can't. I cannot. Finger crown. Mwah. Very upsetting. It makes me so happy. I'll let that dry, and in the meantime, let's see if the alterations I made to the JIBBITZ helped. Ho ho! Yes. Is that not just making you so happy? Time to sew some fingers onto a corset. It's cozy time. All right, I got my candle, snacks, water, sewing implements, TV show, pile of fingers. very normal things to have. I gotta say, this project, it's up there for most joy I have ever had while doing a project. I'm so glad that we went down this path. I'm so glad that you came on this journey with me. We're obviously not finished, there's still quite a bit of stuff to do, but I'm having a really good time. In the spirit of keeping things chill, I decided to just glue the fingers to the bag. Tell you what though, I suck at using glue. They fell off a bunch. Okay, so we can do it either coming outwards like they're or this way. I kind of think this is a bit more aggressive, so I like that. Oh my gosh, I never explained how I plan to attach these. The wire inside the finger has a small loop at the end that I sewed to the corset, and it allowed me to bend the fingers into position. I took a little ice cream and hammock break because the weather was so nice, and then I finished up the rest of the fingers. Good morning! It's finally painting time. Let's just get right on into it, because as soon as we finish this one, I can take down the top view rig and we can make the dress, and then we'll be done. Kind of want to eat it. It just looks like berry yogurt or like a, you know, natural strawberry custard or something. It probably shouldn't look so appetizing. I think that's probably our goal with this. That's better. Okay, good. I don't want to eat that so much, so that's a good sign. All right, here's the problem. I'm only this far in, but I'm really hungry and I have so much paint that I need to use and my tummy is gurgly. I'm gonna check what time it is. It's only 10:30. Okay, it's 5 to 11, and so here's the thing, 10:30, still breakfast time. 11 onwards, early lunch. So yeah, I'm gonna have lunch soon. And I'm gonna have my favorite sesame noodles, seeing as I'm already in my painting gear and I always make a huge mess when I eat them. Whoops, whoops. So I am excited for that. So hungry. How good does this look? Oop, steam's getting in the way. Oh, I am so excited for my lunch. All right, I'm gonna eat and keep painting. So hang out, get a snack, get your lunch. I don't know what time it is. Okay. This is a really inefficient way of doing things, so I'm just gonna finish my lunch and then we'll keep painting. It is finally sewing time. We're back all the way around. We started with sewing, I think, and we're ending with sewing. So here's where we're at on the poll that we did on my Instagram. For some reason, my Instagram followers don't seem to want to be led into the answer that I wanted. I gave the options predictable puffy, difficult drop, and fun floof. Now you'd think that in the description it would be clear which one I wanted picked, and y'all went with difficult, so thanks. I had a look on the French Meadows website because I thought they do a lot of that corset style that I have made, and they do drop shoulders, and they do it in a chemise style. And so what I'm thinking is I'm gonna have to do a chemise. So I've done this little sketch. So that's what the look we want when the shoulders are down, but that's the shape we have to make in order to make the sleeves actually puff out nicely, I think. Let's do it. I've never made a chemise before, but I figured I could use a basic bodice block to get the approximate dimensions in the arm size shape. Then I extended that out 2.5 times wider than the original to give us our gathers. I don't have a sleeve block for some reason, so I just measured the shirt I was wearing and traced the arm size shape from the bodice. Well, I put those pattern pieces on a fold without taking into account how narrow my fabric is. The sleeve just fits, and the bodice doesn't fit. We're gonna call it close enough. This is not a good pattern anyway. All right, we have 2 of each of these. Now it's time to do the skirt. For the skirt, I just measured the length that I wanted from the end of the bodice and cut out as many as I could get from the fabric. So that's our skirt. It is time for me to go on my afternoon walk. Not that you really need that information, but why not? And then when I come back, I'm probably gonna make dinner, to be honest. But yeah, we're gonna close up that skirt. We're going to overlock all of the seams, and then we're going to sew the bodice pieces together. If everything goes according to plan, this should come together pretty easily. I'll probably see you when it's dark. Bye. I'm back. It's dark now. Oh yeah, the hem on this is over 5 meters. This is the bodice front and back, so I'm gonna stitch along here. And these are our sleeves folded, so I'm gonna stitch along here. This here is gonna get stitched into there, but all of that's gonna happen tomorrow because I'm gonna go have a tub now and then I'm gonna go to bed. I will see you tomorrow for, fingers crossed, last day, hopefully, if the dress goes smoothly, and if it doesn't, I'm not gonna worry about that. Tomorrow me can deal with that. Bye. Good morning. I did the thing this morning that I said I would do last night. Here it is. Isn't it gigantic? I think this morning, first thing I want to do is sew in the channel for the elastic all the way along the top of the sleeves and here. And then before we put the elastic in, I need to gather up the skirt and attach it to the bottom part here, because otherwise it'll be a bit finangly. Then we try putting the elastic in, and then we also remember that we don't have any elastic for the bottom of the sleeves. Whoops. We figure that out and see if we can get away with somehow doing this without having to go to Spotlight. Oh my God, that took ages. New plan, if this doesn't work, I don't care. We're just gonna use it as is. This is too much work to not use it. Let's sew it all together now. I do want it to be pretty, but I don't want to do that again. Got this much left. I have plenty of ribbon. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to split it between the two sleeves, and we're just going to put a little bit of elastic, but mostly secure the sleeves with ribbon. I gathered that up into the sleeves and then just hemmed the edge of the skirt. It's finished. It's so cute, honestly. Like with the corset, adorable. Hem done. Happy. So for the petticoat, I had a brainwave. It's already very full at my waist, so I don't really want to gather even more fabric under there. Gonna go with that like classic historical style. I'll see if I can put up a picture of what I'm talking about. Let's get to it. Just kidding. Here is a probably grainy picture. It's that historical style one where it closes in the front and the back, and it's all gathered onto a piece of tape. It should be pretty flattering. That's actually pretty insane. So that's what we're working with, and it's double this. I'm just gonna eyeball it, and we're hopefully gonna have a petticoat. Let's see how quickly we can do it. It is 3:47. Let's go. I tried my best to speed run this and even sped up. It's so slow. Don't look at how messy my floor is. It's due for a vacuum. She's gonna be a very full petticoat. We gotta pleat it all into that much. This part took a long time. I'm not sure if it would have been faster if I'd measured it. It certainly would have been neater. I also definitely put the twill tape on wrong. There's a way to attach it so it flips over and covers the raw edge, but I didn't do that. Once the two pieces are made, you just sew the side seams up about halfway and you're finished. Okay, hang on. What is going on with my mouth in this scene for real? That is me really focusing. Okay, so it's 4:30, so I didn't exactly speed run it. I tried, okay? But now I want to show you how this works, because you're not going to really see it in the reveal because it's going to be under the dress. We tie up the front first, and then we lift up the front part. Oh, she's bulky in the hips. Wow. There we go. We have a petticoat that will always fit. Cute, cute, cute. Where that leaves us is I'm gonna do a couple of finishing touches on the finger hat, and I will see you for the reveal. Okay, bye. This is the weirdness you signed up for. I own Crocs now. I really like them. I'm gonna leave the fingers in. This was a lot of fun. Okay, bye. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, bye. Good.